Hey, I'm Henrik from Vivalabs. At Viva, we build a software platform that enables intelligence in homes. And what we do is we work with partners to help them deliver smart home products to their customers, large utilities, cable operators, those sort of companies. And these companies really believe that this is the time for the smart home. And we believe that too. But it wouldn't be the first time someone believed that. See if this actually works. You don't need to turn the sound on. There's no sound. It's also running much longer than it usually does. And this is a video from the 1960s showing the future that they really believed was on its way. But it's a future that never came. It's something that none of this really entered the market. And the question is, why is that? What happened? Why did we not get this future? Well, cost is definitely an issue. These things were really expensive, and for the few things that did appear. And the technology, while promising, really wasn't there. But in many ways, the main problem, the main culprit, was the user experience. This is a selection of ways you can control a smart home today. And as you can see, it's built by engineers for engineers. It's complicated. It's for people who, I've been working on this for 3 years. I don't understand what that means. It's not for the mainstream users. So when we started looking at this, when we started working on this, we really just thought, we need to go back to the drawing board. We need to identify the core problems and how do we solve them. And so we started out with this, controlling a light. Now, controlling a light from a computer or from an app in itself is really easy. That's just a remote control. But the thing is that this is a really, really great interface for controlling lights. A light switch is awesome. And it's much better than using an app. So what do you do? Can we improve on this? And one of the core things that we always use when we think about that is this. The best interface is no interface. If you can solve the problem of the light switch without actually having to use anything, that's really good. And technology has finally come to a point where we can do that. By combining GPS data from phones, sensor data from homes, and machine learning and artificial intelligence in the cloud, we can build something that we call ambient technology. Technology that just exists in the background and that helps you, but that you never have to relate to or do anything with. And that enables things like lights that turn on right when you want them to. It enables home security systems that arm and disarm themselves without you doing anything at all. And it enables heating solutions that learn what you like and adapt to that. And this is what we've built at Viva. And what I'd like to share with you are 3 things that we've learned from doing this about designing for homes. The first one is that homes don't have users. And if you install a smart home system, then maybe the person who installs it could be considered a user. Maybe their spouse, but their children, they're not users. They're visitors, like grandma, dinner guests, they're not users. They have no relationship to the fact that there's intelligence and smartness in that house. So unless you want to send out an email in front and say, welcome to dinner, download this app, then the system just needs to respect the fact that people move through a home and expect it to act in a certain way. And it has to adapt to that and not the other way around. Second thing is that the real world is really, really messy. We do all kinds of weird stuff. And if you design an app, then you then in an app web page, you can experience, or you can say, these are the rules, you have to abide by them. In a home, you have to abide by the rules of the house. And you have to adapt to them. And then finally, building and designing smart homes has almost as much to do with anthropology as it has to do with technology. It's about observing human behavior, about iterating and developing algorithms and systems that adapt to that human behavior, that understand that human behavior, and then continuously repeating that process, making it better and better. Now, if this sounds like something that you'd like in your house, I'm really happy to announce that our first partner is launching later this week. So you can go to vår.no and buy a Viva solution for your house. Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Really interesting that you're using artificial intelligence to control your home. Got one question, and that is, how do you plan on competing or integrating with Google's infrastructure, such with Brillo devices and thread technology?
Well, a couple of ways, really. One of them is obviously just using the technology that exists there, where in many ways we are building an open platform and we really want to integrate with as many technologies as possible. But of course, a lot of the partners that we work with, large telcos, large utility companies, they see Google as a threat. And for them, it's important that the customer sort of stays with them and doesn't become a Nest customer, for instance.
What type of distribution channels have you chosen?
We're working with utility companies and broadband companies, and they're white labeling the solution under their own brands.
Okay, so you are like...
We're a platform provider.
An OEM type?
Yeah, well, a platform provider is probably the best way to describe it, but yeah.
Okay.
Thank you, Henrik.